Guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this thrilling Thursday here in Connecticut. Life is good, campers. Life is good. Eating your fruits and veggies? Life's good. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Vibrato. This has come up several times in the last month or so with quite a few of my students. And let's talk about it. It does have something to do with chops, for sure, as you'll see in a minute from my point of view. And we'll take it from there. Haven't played a note. It's been raining all morning, so I haven't been out on the bike. That's 320 swings, and that's the only warm-up I've had. Let's see if it will suffice. Not bad. So anyway, I'm not sure what came out there. I might have to do this all over again. But anyway, vibrato, very, very simple. I've had one man say one thing to me in my whole life, and I heard it when I was 18 years old, and that's all I know about vibrato. All right? Now, anybody that studied with Vibrato knows exactly what I'm saying. Okay? Now, Vibrato, you have to understand, since he was like, how old? 20 years old. He was playing in the greatest orchestra in the world. And he did that for the next 40 some odd years. Guys, every single time he heard a certain piece of music or something, guys, it was perfectly done. Every conductor, it was perfectly done. So if he heard a student play ba-da-dum, 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 it would startle him. It would literally, ceremony, what the hell are you doing? It would startle him. It's like saying, hello, what are you? It would startle somebody if anybody talked like that. They're not doing it right. So one day, out of the blue, startled him. Ceremony, what the hell are you doing? I don't know, what the hell am I doing? Right? 18 years old. He says, where'd that vibrato come from? I said, Mr. Vibrato, I'm not trying to be smug. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. That vibrato, it sounded guttural. It's like you're doing with your throat. I said, play it again. Play it again. There it is. You don't hear that? I didn't. Okay. He says, listen, Salmon, I'm going to tell you about vibrato. And he says, this is all you have to know. He said, do it with your hand. Okay? There's 3 ways to do it. He said, with your hand, with your jaw, and with the throat. Okay? He said the 2 other ones are much harder to control. And he didn't use the word muscle memory, but when you get into that muscle memory type of thing, it's if you get into the habit of doing it, sometimes you can't turn it off. And he named a couple names that I'd never heard about. Oh, great player, Salmo. He lost his job. couldn't control the vibrato. They got a new conductor. The conductor hated it, kicked him out. 2 or 3 guys. Sound much easier to control. He says, second of all, maybe even more important, when you get under the gun and you're a little nervous, he said that can be very hard to control. With a hand, there's no sweat. Okay? So that is all I know about the vibrato. And that's all I've ever known. Now, when a hand, I told you, several students have asked me about it the last couple, and I did a little caress the baby and did the vibrato. Now, vibrato, Vacchiano went on to talk more about vibrato. He says, everybody thinks that I'm Italian and I play in an Italian style. He says, I don't. I am Italian, he says, but I play in a very Germanic style. And the German vibrato, he said, is very, very slow. So you're playing Mahler, Strauss, and Wagner. You are going to play that differently than if you are playing Poulenc. Okay? It's a different vibrato altogether. And he says, not only that, he says, you may be playing Mahler fifth, but if there is a French conductor that wants a faster vibrato, he says, now, he says, Germanic, very, very slow, Italian, faster, and French, I don't know what the heck they're doing. That's not my words, okay? Different time, a different place. Anyway, guys, the point is, it is much easier to control than messing around with the jaw or your throat. Messing around with your chops is what you're doing when you're trying to control it with the jaw. It's much easier to do with the hand, and you get under the gun, and it can be very, very hard to control, and it can turn into a muscle memory type of thing that you want to get out of. Okay? Now, here's another one. I'm going to play a lick, which I did. I'm not going to play a lick. I'm going to put a link down below of Doc playing Memory from Cats. Now, we just did that, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, doesn't matter. You all heard him do it before. But watch how he is doing it. Every sustained note that he plays, he's coloring it with his hand, his vibrato. Okay? Now, maybe people do it differently. Maybe there's different ways to do it. I've got Vacchiano and Doc Severinsen doing it one way. Guys, that's all I need. I don't care what anybody else says. That works for me. After Vacchiano told me, I really wasn't even thinking about it. I did it with my hand ever since, and I haven't thought about it until, 50 years later, and my students asked me. And what did I say? Just what I said to you. When I was 18 years old, I got one lesson, and that's all I know about it. You reinforce it with a little Doc in his prime, it works for me. All right? Any other thoughts? Let me know down below. And we'll talk again tomorrow. Oh, by the way, guys, I will remind you, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week, I'm going to see my mother up in Maine, 93 years young, and killing it. God bless her. God bless her. Anyway, that's it. We'll talk again. Love you all.